On the morning of Friday, January the 30th, the Cape Breton YMCA issued a press release announcing that it would pull out of the Port Hawkesbury branch at the Port Hawkesbury Civic Centre as of February 22nd. That would end a 15-year relationship between the YMCA and the Civic Centre since the Civic Centre opened in 2004. In the release, Cape Breton YMCA officials stated that despite their best efforts to keep revenue rolling in, it was proving too costly to maintain the Port Hawkesbury branch and its various programs. Later that day, the CEO of the Cape Breton YMCA, Andre Gallant, would say it was one of the toughest decisions that he had ever made in his 12 years as head of the Cape Breton YMCA. But it didn't take long for the town to snap into action. The CAO of the town of Port Hawkesbury, Terry Doyle, told last week's regular town council meeting that town officials are now investigating with private partners that could potentially come on board to help the town run the facility and also to solicit their advice as to how they could successfully run the fitness center as well as the programs associated with the YMCA. At the same time, Doyle confirmed that town officials are now finalizing a survey which will be going out to Port Hawkesbury residents in the coming days, asking them what they'd like from their fitness center. And Mayor Brenda Chisholm-Beaton expressed optimism after the meeting that the town, which owns most of the fitness center equipment, would be able to continue to operate the operation in a way that would best serve the thousands of people that use it over the course of the year.
Health and wellness and fitness of our citizens, not just for the town of Port Hawkesbury, but also for the Strait region and all the users of that facility. We want to minimize any disruption to the health regimen of our citizens and their health and wellness. So as we go forward with exploring short-term solutions, we will keep the public apprised as to the go forward.
While the town hasn't taken a negative, fatalistic view towards the potential departure of the Cape Breton YMCA over the past 15 years, Mayor Chisholm-Beaton suggests that difficulties that have arisen in previous contract negotiations with the Y has prepared the town for the possibility that Port Hawkesbury might have to go it alone to keep the fitness centre running.
We want to look at a break-even scenario with regard to operating that facility for the short term. And then obviously for the long term, we want to look at a plan that's sustainable so that it's not going to put or place some unnecessary financial burden on the shoulders of our taxpayers. Certainly it's important that we do maintain that facility, but it's also important that we look at the broad spectrum of users for that facility. It's more than just the citizens of the town. It's being used by the Strait. So there really are a lot of factors to consider with regard to long-term solutions. Part of that will be exploring, are there any other private operators that may want to come in and operate that facility, or what does it look like if the town were to continue that? And again, it's all about sustainability and aiming for a break-even scenario so we don't put any undue burden on our taxpayers. There were some requests coming forward with regard to a rent reduction on behalf of the YMCA Cape Breton branch, we did look at scenarios where the town could participate or collaborate with the YMCA so that, rather than devaluing the space in terms of the rental amount, we could look at assisting the YMCA with growing their membership base. So in 2015, we looked at a collaborative pilot where we provided some of our other recreation spaces free of use to the YMCA, like the arts and crafts room, the dance studio, some ice time, some pool time, to create a little bit of an integrated model to hopefully attract more clients to the YMCA and to make their operation more sustainable. And we, despite our efforts to achieve some positive results with growing that membership base, that wasn't what transpired. We do thank the YMCA for their years of service. They have put in quite a number of years as our main operators there. But at the end of the day, this is an opportunity to look at the gym facility to determine, with the feedback of our citizens, what does it need to be going forward in the future? How do we create a sustainable model around the operations of that facility, short-term and long-term? And at the end of the day, it's like, how do we be a service centre that is accommodating the health, wellness, and fitness needs of all of our citizens, as well as business, as well as being a recreation centre, an education centre, a cultural centre.
During this last week of February, the fitness centre at the Port Hawkesbury Civic Centre will be closed as the Cape Breton YMCA officially removes its presence from the building. However, on Sunday, March the 1st, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., the town is hosting an open house at the fitness centre to be able to update residents as to what's going to happen next and to talk a little bit about what they heard during the survey process. In Port Hawkesbury, for Telile 24/7, I'm Adam Cooke.